Oh, okay. Only
We
three
are
months?
live.
3 months, 4 months. Yeah.
Okay.
We are live.
Oh, we're live on Facebook. Salams, everyone. Welcome to this very special midweek presentation of Sudeva Talks, a big announcement which Anuj had kind of alluded to the last time we all met and we had a chat. Uh, Very excited today to be part of this, what is more like a sort of press announcement or a press conference, or actually for all the fans of Sudeva Delhi FC, to be announcing a new partnership, a first in many ways for Indian football and for Japanese football. Uh, a connection, a coming together of two clubs. One, of course, a young club, Sudeva Delhi FC, representing the national capital territory of India at the I League, at the Pan India level. And the other, Shonan Bellmare, a J1 club, which with a rich history in Japanese football, which has been around since before the J League, as we know it, started, and has been a participant in and is currently participating in the top tier of Japanese football. We will have with us the president of Shonan in some time. But in the meantime, the technical director, Mr. Kiyoshi Sekiguchi, is joining us. Alongside him, of course, is the regular characters from Sudeva Delhi FC. There's co-owners Anuj Gupta and Vijay Hakari, and technical director Mr. Chenchu Dorji, who joins us from the Sudeva residential facility in New Delhi. I want to call on, instead of me talking too much and sort of paraphrasing what is going on in this dialogue between this new relationship that's building between these two new clubs, I want to call on straight up Anuj Gupta to tell us a little bit. First of all, actually, welcome Seiki-san to virtually to India, and I hope everything is well over there. I know you are just in the process of ending your own press conference where you are making this announcement, and we will of course hear from you very soon. Just as soon as Anuj tells us what's going on, what is the conversation between the two clubs?
Thanks a lot, Annie, to host this historical talk, or I would say kind of a small press conference, because I think this would be history in the making. As a top J1 club, Shonan Bellmare has been a great club, and to be honest, from Japan, there were few players who always used to ring bell. Who, to be honest, I also used to watch, and one was Nakata. And he has been a great ambassador to the Japanese football globally, and he has been a product of Shonan Bellmare. So I think it's a great honor, it's a great privilege and prestige that they have planned to enter India with us. So I think so. This is a great news, not only for Sudevans and the fans of Sudeva, but also it's a great news for Indian football. And definitely it's a 3-year partnership where definitely it would be exchange of technical know-how from Bellmare, and they would be more than happy to send the coaching staff to India, where they would be helping our existing coaches in improving their knowledge on football. Plus, they do a lot of development at all levels, from the grassroots level, from the youth level. Even their senior team will have a lot of young players, which is also our philosophy. So I think that philosophy goes really well between us. That similarity is there. So definitely our younger boys would get an opportunity to even go to Japan and be part of an ecosystem which they've been running for so many years. So I think it's a great honor, and I definitely welcome on behalf of everyone, including all the people in India, that this 2022 would mark a historical year for the Indian football.
Right. Segi-san, since you are representing right now your club by yourself, let me ask you, how long has this conversation been going on, and how did you sort of chance on Sudeva Delhi FC and come up with this possibility of collaborating in the future?
Yeah, first I'd like to say thank you everyone here, and also I'd like to thank you to Mr. Nakamura, who is the former head coach of Bhutan national team. He was working with Chencho-san before, and then Mr. Nakamura told me that one of the Indian club is looking for some partner club in Japan. So I contacted to Chencho-san directly, and then we have started to conversation about the partnership between two clubs. And then I'm very happy to that Shonan Bellmare has a press conference today, now still going on. And then we announced the more than 50 medias in Japan to have partnership with your club, and also we made one of the alliance with Indian club, China, Cambodia, Laos, Philippines. And I'm still looking for some clubs from ASEAN countries, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Vietnam, because they are also good football country in Asia.
Right.
Anyway, today is just the started. So I'm very happy and excited to have conversation about the future of both clubs.
Absolutely. We had a little bit of a sort of plan for how we would take this conversation forward. But of course, like you just mentioned, the press conference is still going on, and so we are not at full strength yet. So since you are coming at this conversation from a technical director's perspective, I'd like to bring in at this point Chencho Dorji, who's the technical director of Sudeva Delhi FC. Chencho, from your perspective, how are you looking at these beginnings?
Yeah, well, first of all, welcome, Sekiguchi-san. Yeah, it's basically it's to be more clarity, for a technical point of view, I think it's more of like this partnership is more of like exchange programs of technical expertise. That is one very important aspect I consider. Other thing is, of course, developing of youth curriculum, where we can also bring up a different module of training. And of course, from youth, where we can exchange the players within our two clubs, maybe in the youth level or maybe in the senior level. We can also have that. We can also have that process. And the other thing is maybe the marketing, which our boss can give a more information about that, to have a more sustainable of both the club. I need to have a marketing. I think that is also an important aspect of this tie-up. So
right.
Yeah, these are the few components that we are looking forward, and these are all possible things, and these are all realistic things that we can do without any problem. So I think I'm more focused on all things.
All right. Thank you, Chencho. Vijay, since Chencho brought up youth curriculum, you've been kind of instrumental in the academy system, and that's your focus area at Sudeva Delhi FC. From that perspective, and so far since the journey began with Sudeva, it's been very much a question of learning on the job, doing things, making mistakes, and then learning from them and developing from there. With the kind of technical know-how and experience that this partnership will bring into the picture, how do you see the youth system and the academy at Sudeva kind of growing and flourishing?
Firstly, I would like to thank Seki-san for joining us, and greetings from India. Thank you, Annie. So now, see, the exchange but like when we started with Sudeva, and I think Indian football is still is in the infancy stage, and there's a lot to learn. So as you said, that as we've gone ahead, we've been learning on the job. That's something that's been there. So we've always been very open to information, to learning. And as we had obviously gone towards the West, because obviously in terms of marketing of football, West actually, I mean, Europe holds the the real Colosseum of football in a way. But I was always very keen, like I used to discuss with Chencho a lot of times, that we need to go towards the Asian countries and understand where there is more similar genetics, there is more similar culture understanding, where we can have tie-ups and actually exchange. I think we would be able to exchange information much easier and in a much greater manner if both countries are there. So as Seki-san said, that there's an Asian alliance that is happening. So it's more of alliance of information, alliance of understanding of junior footballs, which have been developed everywhere. And of course, they, as Anuj said, that their philosophy and our philosophy is so same, that we have to focus on the juniors, on the development side of football. That's so important. And that shows, because the maximum number of Japanese footballers in the senior team are from their club. And they've been focusing completely, majorly on junior development. So that's something that we also have. That's the same concept that we follow. So this partnership mainly, as I see it, is going to be great for information, for exchange of information in terms of and in terms of technology. Technology is something that Japanese, the countries at the top level at, and that's something that's going to help Indian football immensely.
Right. Anuj, if I can come back to you for a couple of minutes. From a first team perspective, as you might know, Seki-san, that the I League, which is the main league that Sudeva Delhi FC's senior team participates in, it began towards the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, around Christmas time actually, but was then suspended because of an outbreak of COVID-19. So from a first team perspective, Anuj, what sort of short-term impact do you see this partnership having?
Well, I think the major impact what I foresee in this partnership is how the coaching at the top level would be enhanced, so that the overall performance stays longer. So it's not only about winning a league; it's also about the development of a player through the professional setup. At an I League level also, we want to learn a lot from the club, from the Japanese club, from Bellmare, because they have been there, they've done it. So how we can improve professionally in terms of recruitment, in terms of the systems we need to add in, so that the development is longer. What all, I mean, in terms of everything, in terms of everything, from the diet, from the session planning, from the season, when we need to peak, when we have to sustain, because the league is only 3 to 4 months compared to a 10-month league, which is in Japan. It's a very different ecosystem, because we need to peak in those 4 months if we want to do well in the I League. However, our focus has never been to win the league. Our focus has been that how can we make sure that all the players playing at all level, including the I League, they're able to sustain their fitness throughout, so that their injuries are less, they're able to have better performance in a holistic manner. So I think we would also learn a lot from them, how they can perform when the I League season is going on. Plus getting their, maybe a strength and conditioning coach from Japan, getting their, technical expertise, and even getting some players on loan from there to enhance the quality of our Indian players, because when they will play with the Japanese players, definitely overall standard would increase. So I think, plus, as Chencho said about the marketing thing, from this year, Sony is showcasing all the J1 matches. So country as a whole would be watching a lot more Japanese football as well. So I think that is also important from the Indian standpoint, that the level of Japanese football, where it is.
Yeah.
We
No,
all
absolutely. No, not just Japan, of course, being sort of at the forefront or one of the leading nations, particularly when it comes to the women's game. We've seen the women's national team do supremely well, and they'll be or arriving in India any one of these days to play the AFC Asian Women's Championship. So that is also an important and very important for fans also to get a sense of what's happening in the rest of the continent. Anuj, like you also rightly brought up, I mean, at the age of 54 now, Kazuyoshi Miura has signed a new contract with I think, a fourth division club in Japan. So at the age of 54, he's still a active professional footballer. So some of that know-how and the work that goes into prolonging a career, to that extent, will definitely do Indian football much good. I see we have now been joined by the president of Shonan Bellmare.
Yes,
Mr.
president has
Naohito
come.
Mizutani. Yes.
Hello, I'm Mizutani. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Mr. Mizutani. So
I'm
since
sorry, too late.
that's all right. I think the press always takes its own time getting things done. So if I may ask you, since you're coming straight from there, what was the sort of response of the Japanese media to this announcement?
So he said that today, President Mizutani announced the new players for next upcoming season,
Right.
and also our marketing plan for this season. So he just finished, I think. And also we announced our partnership and then alliance that I mentioned.
Right. So, we have some exposure here in India to Japanese football, because at least, because of the national team being present at the World Cup, because some Japanese players have over time consistently coming and playing club football in India as well. What is the impression about Indian football in Japan?
Mr. Mizutani said that he knows about the Indian football only a little bit, but he knows a few years ago, your country has another league, another new league, only for famous players all over the world, he said. And I know some Japanese players play in India, Mr. Sueoka and Mr. Taro. Those two players are my friend, and then they played in India a few years ago, maybe only 1 year or a half season, but they said very tough and then high level, they said.
So that's always good to hear. Although I think a lot of us on this side of the fence will be hoping that the levels can steadily be improved. Of course, when Sudeva Delhi FC started up, one of the goals that Vijay and Anuj had was to see India or help India make it to the World Cup, and that is still a distant dream, but a dream that anyway persists. Chencho, just on the technical aspects, anything else that you would like to discuss?
No, not much, because I already explained. Maybe in the way we start doing the things, then we can add some more. But as of now, those are the few things that we really want to focus and make things done.
Right.
That is, I think, this partnership is not only about just announcing the partnership, but it has to be something we need to execute in the ground level, which is very important. And I personally feel that the system of Japan, because I personally worked there and I personally had some education from the Japan, has really, I think, like we can really implement and make a change in football in India. So that is a very big step. And the other thing is like most probably like next year or when we get our pandemic ends, that time we might also invite Sekiguchi-san and some of our technical expertise to visit our residential academy, where we can also get some good informations, and where also we are expecting that the Shonan Bellmare will also give us chance to call our young coaches to the Japan and give them good knowledge, so that we together improve the football in India, which is very important. So I'm looking optimistic. I'm sure that Bellmare and this Sudeva Delhi FC will definitely work for the benefit of the football in both the clubs.
Right. Anuj, how soon can we see some of these, like Chencho was saying, things actioned, actual cooperation, boots on the ground?
I think it depends upon how the pandemic goes down, and I hope that there's not one more wave coming in after 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, because it's not about it's all about the mindset. It's all about system. Somewhere there's lockdown, something. So this uncertainty is a problem. Once this uncertainty is gone, then obviously coaching, I personally believe that on an online basis, it's good, but it's not the best. I mean, one has to go physically. We would love to invite Mizutani-san, Seki-san to India, to look at the players, to talk to them, talk to coaches, to feel how Indians live, what they eat, how they play. That is important. And that feeling can only happen once you are here. And we would also like to come. I've been to Japan 2 times. And so I know, I know a little bit that how it is to live in Japan, and there. So I think it's important that this exchange of ideas have to happen physically, which means that first either we go or they come. I think once the pandemic is completely, I have a strong feeling that this summer could be a good way of for them to come. And definitely we also plan to do a kind of a summer camp in the mountains, and there maybe if everything is fine, it'll be a lovely time to come and look at the players, be with them, train the coaches, and it's the start. Nice. And then we would love to do the same, because as Vijay, I think Vijay would take it forward in terms of the baby league which you want to do, and then he can talk about it, and there how we can structure that, where and I think Vijay can add to that element.
Thanks, Anuj. So right now when the show is going on, one of my students just messaged me that do they also get to visit Japan? So it's something which is already there, right? So the inquisitiveness in the juniors in the school is already there, that this tie-up is happening. So exactly how would it happen? So like Anuj said, it's more of culture exchange. I firmly believe that children, they don't listen to you, they observe you. So as Anuj said, that when actual people, coaches, and how the know-hows would be here, that's the best way to exchange information. Now, but I would just like to announce right now that Sudeva is also just planning out and launching a baby league, All India Pan Junior Football League, which is going to be done all over India in the main cities, to collect basic talent which comes from the age group of 8 to 11. So that's something that we are doing in the next level. And of course, now when we are going from that junior level till the seniors, it's something that's going to help Sudeva and in terms of our understanding of developing football. So it's, and then obviously we're getting information from Japan in terms of how to actually handle this also. This is something that we would require. So that's going to be a great thing in terms of 2022.
All right. Finally, from the Shonan perspective, what couple of things are you most excited about in terms of this engagement with India through Sudeva Delhi FC?
So thank you very much. So I also have some plans for this season about our partnership. Of course, I think we can collaborate a lot of areas. As you said, the top teams, players transfer, coaches exchanges, the academy talented young players accepting, and many areas we can collaborate. But first year for this season, my plan is, as Andrew mentioned, that we will visit India and Sudeva Delhi and to see the players' level and the facilities, coaching methods, so on. And one more thing, we can invite your academy players to Japan, because we have under 11 international competition. We call it Coppa Bellmare. So past 2 years, we couldn't hold that tournament because of COVID-19. But before that, we invited some famous clubs from Europe and South America and J League Academy. And one cup, the tournament, we invited 24 clubs. So this year, we're gonna have this Coppa Bellmare around June this year. So if we can hold this under 11 Coppa Bellmare, we will invite your academy under 11 teams. So that's my plan for this season. And then also this is my plan to have an online regular meeting among our alliance. So all technical director or general manager will join this online meeting and then share the information about anything, coaching methods, how they are doing, and then league system. So anything we will share the information. That's my plan for this year. And then next season, we can collaborate more.
Build on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that to everyone present on this special episode of Sudeva Talks. I think there's a lot to look forward to for all of us who are fans of Indian football as well as Asian football, and this alliance that Shonan Bellmare is setting up, which will allow cooperation and sharing of cultures, football cultures, but also other cultures between Japan, Cambodia, Laos, India, China, will promote, I think, a much greater understanding of the region and how we can work together towards achieving common goals. Something that actually the pandemic has very well outlined, the need to work in a collaborative manner, in a cohesive manner, in order to get through, what are problems that face everyone. So thank you very much to everyone. I hope you are all staying safe and look forward to following this story very closely and see how the cooperation between your two clubs and in the wider context of Indian football proceeds. We don't have too many questions from the press, so I think we've covered all the basic points in any case at this stage. As and when things develop, I think we will have more opportunities for the press to interact with all of you and get more information on all of these subjects. So thank you to everyone who joined in, and thank you for your time, everyone. All the best, and hope to see you all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.